As the year 2023 unfolds, a revealing analysis of the 10 worst states to live and work in the United States has emerged, shedding light on factors that influence the quality of life and ease of doing business. CNBC's annual America's Top States for Business study serves as the guide, considering how each state treats its workers and their families. The study evaluates various quality of life factors, including crime rates, environmental quality, and healthcare availability. The quality and availability of childcare are also considered, given the role they play in reintegrating parents into the workforce. Inclusiveness in state laws is another critical factor, with measures against discrimination and voting rights taken into account. But before starting the video, I want to request you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because we put our best efforts in our every single video. Let's start. Number 10, Florida. Florida's economy was ranked the best in the nation according to this year's America's Top States for Business report from CNBC. But Florida also made CNBC's 10 Worst States to Live and Work In list for 2023. But that might depend on your viewpoint. Florida ranked as one of the worst states for human trafficking. There was a total of 896 human trafficking cases reported in 2019, which is an increase from 2018, when Florida had 760 human trafficking reports. Florida is also one of the most difficult states to vote in, according to researchers at Northern Illinois University. DeSantis argues that none of this is stopping large numbers of people from moving to Florida, and he is merit. The state is leading in the country in every respect of migration. But judged strictly on livability, health, and inclusion, the Sunshine State can be a bleak place. Number 9, Arkansas. Arkansas ranked among worst states for child well-being. According to the data, Arkansas is ranked 39th in economic well-being for children, 34th in education, 46th in health, 46th in family and community, which averages the state as the 43rd worst overall for child well-being. Few states have suffered from an illegal drug crisis as badly as Arkansas, which has one of the highest violent crime rates in the country, according to FBI statistics. But crime is one of the problems of the natural state. The second is health care. For example, according to the United Health Foundation, there are only 42 dentists for every 100,000 residents. Number 8, Tennessee. Out of the 10 states on the list, Tennessee comes in at number 8 with a health and inclusive score of 115 out of 325. Tennessee has enthusiastically passed laws targeting LGBTQ+ rights, even if it means crossing the limits of constitutionality, such as a ban on drag shows where children are present, which was struck down by a federal judge in June or another law struck down by a federal judge in 2021 that would have required businesses to put warning signs on restrooms where transgender people are allowed. But many other laws remain in place, such as transgender youth sports bans, and laws that provide religious exemptions allowing health care and child welfare professionals to refuse service to transgender people. Number 7, Indiana. Indiana was voted the 7th worst state to live in America. With fewer than 10 licensed child care facilities per 100,000 residents, the Hoosier State is making it difficult for some families to fully participate in the workforce. That's the second worst figure in the nation after Louisiana, according to the advocacy group Child Care Aware. Protection against discrimination under state law is also limited. The rankings are based off of various categories including crimes rates, environmental quality, health care, inclusiveness, voting rights, reproductive rights, protections against discrimination, and the quality and availability of childcare. CNBC combines all of these and gives states a life, health, and inclusion score. Indiana scored a 113 out of 350. Number 6, Missouri. A recent CNBC study ranked Missouri as the 6th worst state to live and work in the United States in 2023. According to CNBC, Missouri's most significant weaknesses were voting rights, reproductive rights, and crime. The state scored 98 out of 350 points in the life, health, and inclusion category, earning an F grade. The Show Me State is showing the way to abortion opponents. In 2019, the state became the first to enact a so-called trigger law, which goes into effect immediately after the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade in 2022. One of the strictest laws in the country bans all abortions except in the case of a medical emergency, which the abortion provider must prove. In addition, Missouri's violent crime rate is among the highest in the nation. Number 5. Alabama. According to Wallet Hub, Alabama ranks 46 out of 50 in the country's overall safest states. In personal and residential safety, the state has been voted 36. Alabama has also been ranked 46 in emergency preparedness, even though the state is one of the most affected by major hurricanes from the Gulf of Mexico. Also ranked 41 in financial safety, 42 in road safety, and 37 in workplace safety. Alabama is one of the unhealthiest states in America, with the fourth highest rate of premature death. According to the Center for Election Innovation and Research, it is one of the most difficult states to vote, with no in-person early voting and restrictions on voting by mail. Workers' protections are limited, as well as protections against discrimination. Number 4. South Carolina. With its poverty, lower life expectancy, and unsettling crime rate, South Carolina ranks as the 8th worst state in the nation in a new report on the best and worst places to raise a family. In the report, South Carolina ranked 47th for property crime per capita and 41st for violent crime. It also ranked 47th each for median credit score and median debt outside of a mortgage, 43rd for the share of two-parent families, and 42nd for the rate of foreclosures. South Carolina is an unhealthy state, both at home and at work. The state has the 5th highest rate of occupational deaths in the country, and is in the top 10 overall for persistent physical and mental harm. Legal protections for workers are limited, and the state's violent crime rate is also in the top 10. Health and inclusion score of South Carolina is 86 out of 350. Number 3. Louisiana. According to a report from Bankrate, to determine the best and worst places to live, they analyzed all 50 states and ranked them across 5 weighted categories. Louisiana ranked 41 overall. In the 5 weighted categories, Louisiana ranked number 16 in affordability, number 44 in health care quality and cost, number 41 in well-being, number 5 in weather. With only 76 licensed child care facilities in a state of 4.6 million people, no state fares worse than Louisiana in this increasingly important quality of life metric. State lawmakers began trying to remedy that, approving $44 million in new funding in the final hours of the 2023 legislative session, which Governor John Bel Edwards quickly signed into law. The health and inclusion score is 76 out of 350. Number 2. Oklahoma. Oklahoma has poor overall health, has one of the highest rates of drug abuse in the nation, and has the second highest rate of people without health insurance. The Sooner State's abortion ban of 1910 remains one of the strictest in the country, even after the state Supreme Court struck down parts of it, like the provision that allowed abortion to be justified. Requires a medical emergency. The law makes abortion a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison, unless the procedure is necessary to preserve the life of the mother. A statewide report said Oklahoma ranks as the worst state for women in the U.S. in areas like employment, poverty, health care, and child care. The health and inclusion score is 75 out of 350. Number 1. Texas. How could 200,000 college-educated workers moving to Texas each year possibly be wrong? It depends on how you look at it. with the highest percentage of people without health insurance in the country and the second lowest number of primary care physicians per capita. All those new Texans are arriving to find a dismal health care system. Texas has the 13th highest violent crime rate in the country, and it ranks 37th in terms of licensed child care facilities per capita. And it's one reason the state dropped out of the top 5 overall for the first time in the 16-year history of CNBC's rankings. With laws targeting the LGBTQ+ population, voting rights, and the nation's strictest abortion ban, the Lone Star State continues to attack inclusivity. Yes, Texas has abundant economic opportunities and is attracting people from far and wide. Texas Health and Inclusion score is 53 out of 350. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.